ISRO versus NASA. The Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, are two of the world's premier space agencies, each with its unique strengths and capabilities. ISRO was established in 1969, while NASA was founded in 1958, giving NASA a longer history and more experience in space exploration. However, ISRO has made significant progress in recent years, particularly with its low-cost approach to space missions and its emphasis on indigenous development of technology. Both agencies have achieved numerous milestones in space exploration, including successful launches of satellites, robotic missions to other planets, and human spaceflight programs. NASA has conducted more extensive missions to outer space, including the Apollo moon landings and the exploration of Mars, while ISRO has focused more on satellite launches and Earth observation. In terms of funding, NASA has a much larger budget than ISRO, with approximately $23.3 billion allocated in 2021 compared to ISRO's $1.5 billion. This has allowed NASA to undertake more extensive and complex missions, including the development of the International Space Station and the upcoming Artemis program to return humans to the Moon. However, ISRO has achieved significant success with its low-cost approach to space missions, with several notable accomplishments, including the successful Mars Orbiter mission, MOM, in 2014, which was completed at a fraction of the cost of similar missions by other space agencies. Overall, both ISRO and NASA are important players in the field of space exploration, with their unique strengths and contributions to advancing scientific knowledge and technology. While they differ in their approaches and priorities, both agencies have made significant contributions to our understanding of the universe and the role of humanity in space. Few more points of comparison between ISRO and NASA. Launch vehicles. Both ISRO and NASA have developed and launched a range of launch vehicles to carry satellites and payloads into space. ISRO's PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, is a reliable workhorse that has successfully launched numerous Indian and foreign satellites. While NASA's rockets include the famous Saturn V rocket that was used to launch the Apollo missions to the Moon, as well as the more recent Falcon 9 rockets developed by SpaceX, a private company that works closely with NASA. Satellite technology. Both agencies have developed and launched a variety of satellites for Earth observation, communications, and scientific research. ISRO's INSAT, Indian National Satellite System, provides important data for weather forecasting, disaster management, and communication services in India. While NASA's Earth Observing System, EOS, includes a series of satellites that gather data on the planet's climate, oceans, and atmosphere. Human spaceflight. While NASA has a long history of human spaceflight, including the famous Apollo moon landings, ISRO has focused more on robotic missions and satellite launches. However, ISRO has expressed its intention to develop a manned spaceflight program in the near future, and has already sent astronauts for training to Russia. International cooperation. Both ISRO and NASA have collaborated with other space agencies around the world on various missions and projects. NASA has worked closely with the European Space Agency, ESA, and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, on the International Space Station, while ISRO has partnered with agencies from countries such as France, Russia, and Israel on various space missions. Mars missions. Both ISRO and NASA have successfully sent missions to Mars. In 2014, ISRO's Mars Orbiter mission, MOM, became the first successful interplanetary mission by an Asian country. While NASA's Mars missions have included the Mars Pathfinder, Mars Exploration Rovers, and the Mars Science Laboratory. Commercial partnerships. Both ISRO and NASA have established partnerships with private companies to further their space missions. In addition to SpaceX, NASA has also collaborated with Boeing, Blue Origin, and other companies to develop new space technology and advance its human spaceflight programs. Similarly, ISRO has partnered with several private companies in India to develop and manufacture satellites and launch vehicles. Lunar exploration. Both agencies have plans to explore the Moon in the coming years. NASA's Artemis program aims to send astronauts back to the Moon by 2024. While ISRO's Chandrayaan program has already sent a robotic mission to the Moon and is planning further missions to explore the lunar surface. Navigation systems. Both ISRO and NASA have developed navigation systems to assist in space missions. NASA's Deep Space Network provides communication and navigation support for deep space missions, while ISRO's Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, IRNSS, is a regional navigation system that provides accurate positioning services over India and neighboring regions. Budget. NASA has a much larger budget than ISRO. In 2021, NASA's budget was around $25.2 billion, while ISRO's budget was around $1.4 billion. This difference in funding allows NASA to pursue more ambitious and complex missions than ISRO. Human spaceflight. NASA has a long history of human spaceflight, with the iconic Apollo missions to the Moon and the ongoing International Space Station (ISS) program. ISRO, on the other hand, has yet to send humans into space, but has announced plans to establish a crewed spaceflight program in the near future. Launch capabilities. While both ISRO and NASA have developed their own rockets and launch vehicles, they use different systems. ISRO primarily uses its Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, PSLV, and Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle, GSLV, for satellite launches, while NASA uses the Space Launch System, SLS, and the commercial SpaceX Falcon 9 for its missions. Mars rover missions. While both agencies have sent missions to Mars, NASA's Mars rovers have received more media attention and are more well-known. NASA's Mars rovers, such as the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers, have been praised for their advanced scientific instruments and contributions to our understanding of the Red Planet. Space telescopes. NASA has developed and launched some of the most famous and successful space telescopes, such as the Hubble Space Telescope, the Chandra X-ray Observatory, and the Spitzer Space Telescope. ISRO has also developed and launched several space telescopes, such as the ASTROSAT, which is designed to study celestial sources in multiple wavelengths. In summary, while ISRO and NASA share many similarities in terms of their goals and achievements, they also have some notable differences in budget, launch capabilities, and human spaceflight capabilities. Nonetheless, both agencies play important roles in advancing space exploration and our understanding of the universe.